Hello students, कैसे हैं आप सब? In last lecture we were discussing the unit physical fitness, wellness and lifestyle. And in our last lecture we have discussed various definitions of the physical fitness, wellness, lifestyle. What are the importance of the physical fitness and wellness, and their importance of the physical fitness and wellness, like quality of life, prevention from the diseases, harmonious growth and the development, and importance of lifestyle. We have studied improve physical fitness, prevention of the health problems, development of the mental health. Okay, so today we will talk about the components of the physical fitness. So these are some components which you have seen on your screen, like coordinative abilities, speed, flexibility, strength, endurance. These all are the components of the physical fitness. Okay, so before talking about the components of the physical fitness in a detailed manner, we all know that it is better to be physically fit than out of shape. And it is better to consume food and beverages that enhance good health rather than those which impair it. So physical fitness is the essential for the complete fitness of the body and the soul. And these components have a specific purpose and part in making us physically fit and healthy. Okay. So we will discuss all these terms one by one. So the first term is strength. So what is strength? Basically, it is the ability of the muscle to exert force for a brief period of the time. Strength of the body can be measured in pounds or times, and strength is defined as the ability to overcome the resistance. Strength is one of the most important physical fitness component as it is related to the muscular contraction and the physical movement. Therefore, for the better understanding, strength we can divide it into two parts. The first part is dynamic strength and the second part is static strength. So if we want to define the dynamic strength, we can say that dynamic strength, also called the isotonic strength, because it is related to the movements. Dynamic strength is the ability to overcome the resistance in which the resistance actually moves, as well as the length of the muscle changes during the contraction. In each sports movement, strength appears in a different form. In case of the lifting an object from the floor, or throwing an object, we apply dynamic strength. So generally, we can divide dynamic strength into three parts: maximum strength, explosive strength, and the strength endurance. What is maximum strength? It is the ability to overcome the maximum resistance in one single movement. And this type of strength is used in a very limited cases, as in weight lifting, shot put, power lifting, discus throw, javelin throw, hammer throw. In all these, maximum strength used. And in some other sports, maximum strength is required only for the short period. For example, close position in the Roman drills, in the gymnastics, take off in the long jumps, high jumps, triple jumps, and in the pole vaults. In daily life, maximum strength is required during the certain situations like the carrying heavy objects or pulling some heavy objects like the bed or pushing a car. We require the maximum strength in all these activities. So if we talk about the second part, that is explosive strength, it can be defined as the ability to overcome the resistance with the high speed. It is the combination of the strength and the speed. Running, jumping, throwing require the explosive strength. Even weightlifting, shot put, hammer throw, javelin throw, discus throw, long jump, high jump, triple jump, all are required explosive strength. So in the above mentioned sports, force is applied like the explosion. That is why it is called the explosive power or strength is required for these sports. Okay. Now the third type of the dynamic strength is strength endurance. So this is the ability of the muscle to overcome the resistance for a fairly long duration. It is the combination of the strength as well as the endurance. Long distance running, road, cycling, marathon, playing football for the 90 minutes, playing hockey or the carrying load for the long time require the strength endurance. Okay. Now let's talk about the second type, that is static strength. Okay. It is also called the isometric strength. Like dynamic strength known as the isotonic strength, static strength also known as the isometric strength. Okay. It involves pushing or pulling against an immovable object such as heavy dumbbells, heavy weight plates. Okay. Here the resistance is not overcome. It aims primarily at developing static muscular strength. Now the next is speed. So we can define speed as the capacity of a moving a limb or parts of the body lever system on the whole body with the greatest possible velocity. It is necessary in all kind of the sports in the different way, like the running speed of the body parts, like the short put, movement speed, and some sports require different types of the fast movements as a quick reaction. For example, we can say jumper needs running speed and speed of the movement, speed over the short distance, like the running between the wickets in a cricket. Football player needs speed of the movements, reaction time. Volleyball and the basketball players need speed of the movement. Running speed is stressed more in the track events. So we can conclude that in all sports, emphasis is on speed of the movement, while in the other it is on the running speed. Okay. The third point is endurance. So what is endurance? So we can say that strength and endurance are important components of the physical fitness and have become an integral part of the everyone life. Person may be a businessman, in office job, health service engineer, domestic servant, school kids, adult, or any elder people. Irrespective of the gender, we can define endurance as the ability to resist the fatigue or as the ability of a muscle to exert the sub-maximal force repeatedly over a period of the time. Endurance can be defined as the ability of the muscle to exert sub-maximal force repeatedly over a period of the time. In all the sports activities, endurance is usually measured by the number of the repetitions. Endurance varies from the sport to sport. So earlier people were under the impression that the strength and endurance were only required in the jobs, which required heavy muscular work. But in the reality, we can say strength and endurance are now an important part of everyone's life. Endurance can be increased by the continuous training exercises, which must resemble the actual movement of the skill as quickly as possible. In simple words, we can say endurance or the muscle strength can be gained by taxing muscles beyond their normal functioning limits to increase the physical capacity, just like all other organs and systems of the body. Now, the next part is flexibility. Now, what is flexibility? It can be defined as the component which checks the ability of the joints in the body to move their full range. It depends on the stretchability of the muscles, mobility of the joints, and type of the joints which are involved. For example, we can say the flexibility at elbow joint is limited to the bending up and down, whereas the flexibility around the hip joint would vary from shoulder and trunk joints, and it will also vary from one individual to the other. Okay. So flexibility is not only an important factor in sports, but it is also equally significant for the individuals in their day-to-day life. We can say the development and maintenance of the some level of the flexibility are important components of everyone's health development and maintenance program, and are more important during the aging process. The range of the ligaments and the muscle tissues surrounding the joints. So flexibility training prevents the muscular injuries, help us to making our back and leg muscles strong, which in later life help to prevent the back problems. So if a person undertakes a regular flexibility program for the improving and maintaining the good joint range of the motion, then the person can enhance the quality of the life by maintaining the good joint mobility, increase the resistance to the muscle injuries, prevent the low back and the spinal problems. Flexibility also determined by the heredity. However, the range of the motion in the joint is limited due to the factors like the ligaments, tendons, muscles, skin, joint structures, body temperature, age, gender, and the level of the physical activity. Okay. Now the next term is coordinating abilities, and these abilities are expressed by the ability of an individual to perform any movement for the entire range of the sport activities in a functional and the resourceful manner. Okay. So this is needed for all kinds of the sport activities to the execute smooth movement for the fine performance. In sports like the diving, kho, gymnastics, it plays a most dominating quality in the individuals and also help in the preventing injuries. Okay. So it depends on the factors like the climate conditions, age, body type, fitness level, condition of the play surface, and the clearance. And the neuromuscular coordination mainly dependent factor for the coordinative abilities. Now let's talk about the component of the wellness. So as you can see, there are some components of the wellness like emotional, physical, spiritual, nutrition, social, intellectual, and we will talk all components one by one. Okay. So first we will talk about the physical wellness. So it is one of the most vital components of the wellness. It is the ability to maintain a healthy life qualitative life that allow us to get through our daily activities without any undue fatigue or the physical stress. It includes the physical activities like the appropriate eating habits, maintain an ideal weight, getting enough sleep, avoid drugs, tobacco, use and alcohol consumptions. And it also includes taking appropriate actions to protect and manage your health through the preventive testing and proper self-care. Physical wellness encourages cardiovascular flexibility and strength and also encourages the regular and the physical activities. Now, the second term is social wellness. So, the social wellness is the ability to relate or connect with other people. It emphasizes on the interdependence on other and nature. It is our ability to establish and maintain a positive relationship with the family, friends, and the co-workers, which lead us to our social wellness. Okay. The third is emotional wellness. So basically, it emphasizes on the awareness and the acceptance of the one's feeling. Basically, it is the ability to understand ourselves and cope up with the challenges life can bring. It lays stress on the getting more out of the everyday with the laughter and the enjoyment. And the ability of the knowledge and share feelings of the fear, anger, sadness, or the stress, hope, love, joy, happiness in a productive manner contributes to our emotional wellness. Next is intellectual wellness. Okay, so basically the intellectual dimension of the wellness encourages the creative, stimulating mental activities, and it is the ability to open our minds to the new ideas and experience that can be applied to the personal decisions, group interactions, and the community betterment. An intellectual person uses the resources available to learn new concepts, improve skills, and seek challenges to the pursuit of the lifelong learning. Okay. Next is spiritual wellness. Okay. So basically, spiritual dimension of the wellness is involved in the seeking meaning and purpose in human existence. It is the ability to establish the peace and the harmony of our life, and the ability to develop the harmony between the values and the actions, and to realize a common purpose that binds creation together continues to our spiritual wellness. Next is nutrition wellness, and this wellness is related to the balanced diet. It is very necessary for body to achieve the optimum energy levels. Food should compromise of the essential nutrients like fats, carbohydrates, proteins, minerals, vitamins, and water. And one should have food that are high in nutrition value than fried foods, which are high in calories, but low in nutrition value. Diet also depends on the build of a person, age, gender, and activity level. Good diet helps a person lead a healthier lifestyle, which leads to the wellness and help prevents diseases like the obesity, anemia, malnutrition problems, and the cancer. Now let's talk about the preventing health threats through the lifestyle changes. Okay. So health threats like the cancer, diabetes, heart-related disease, blood pressure, obesity, depression, any thyroid can be minimized by the following facts. What are the facts? The first one is regular physical workout. Okay. So we can say be in regular exercise for 60 minutes per day. It helps to prevent the body from the various diseases. Do stretching exercises, running, yoga, recreational activities. Prefer only stairs instead of the elevators. Even walking is best instead of the motorbike. Okay. Second is healthy eating habits. Adopt the good eating habits that keep us away from the dangerous diseases. It promotes growth and the development in the children, maintain body functioning in the adults. Take the healthy diet, which includes the fresh vegetables, fruits, sprouts, and whole grain like cereal, etc. Third is to control use of the electronic devices. Excessive use of these devices can reduce their physical activity and increase the consumption of the dangerous food and the beverages. It also leads to the sedentary lifestyle. Devices like TV, mobile, and computer use them for at least 2 hours a day. Okay. Next is quit for the bad habits. What are the bad habits? Like the smoking, alcohol, and the drugs. If we talk about smoking, lifestyle should be smoke-free. It leads to increase the BP and disease of the stroke or the coronary artery. Second is alcohol. Drinking leads to the damage the liver, ill health, and the premature death. Alcoholism has the ability to destroy the social as well as the family relationship. Next is drugs. It increases the risk of the cardiovascular diseases, psychological and the hormonal disturbances, Also, it affects the personal health and also family, friends, and communities. Next is adequate rest and the sleep. Take proper rest keeps us the energetic and the rejuvenated. Our bodies needs proper time for the rest and sleep to recover from the daily stresses. It helps in the repair the damaged tissues. Enjoy sound sleep or at least 7 to 8 hours for the relaxation. Next is periodic medical checkup. That should be a part of the healthy lifestyle. When a person age of 40 years leads to detect the disease timely and the cure easily. Also includes the checkup of the sugar level, cholesterol level, and the blood pressure. So students, it's all about the unit number 3, that is physical fitness, wellness, and the lifestyle. I hope आपको लेक्चर समझ में आया होगा और ये पूरी यूनिट आपको समझ में आएगा. Thank you very much.